This video is about introduction to biochemistry. So the keyword in the question is octane with the chemical formula of C8H18, and we need to write a balanced chemical equation for the complete combustion of octane. We also need to use our knowledge of photosynthesis and respiration to explain why the chemical reaction is bad for the environment. And the concept here is understanding the role of combustion reaction. So from the question, we know we have octane, C8H18, and we need to write out a combustion reaction. So we know that oxygen is one of the reactants, and carbon dioxide and water is the product. And we have our equation, but we need to balance it as well. So what I like to do is write out all the elements in a column in the middle and calculate the number of each element on either side. And another tip is to balance the element that is on its own last. For example, it's oxygen in this example. Because if you change the coefficient, it will only affect that element and nothing else. So let's start with carbon. So there's 8 on this side, and so we need to change the coefficient of carbon dioxide. So we have 8. And remember to recalculate the affected elements. We have 18 hydrogen, so we need to change the coefficient of water. So we have 9. And now we have 25 oxygen on this side, and we need to complete it by changing the coefficient of oxygen on the other side. And now we have equal amount of each element on either side. And this equation right here is our final answer for part A of the question. So moving on to part B, they give us a hint that we need to use our knowledge for photosynthesis and respiration. And what connects all of this here is the combustion of glucose. And so let's first write out that equation and balance it as well. And this equation right here connects to photosynthesis because if it goes this direction, it's the process of photosynthesis. And if it goes in the opposite direction, it's the process of respiration. And you can see how the combustion of glucose, when connected to photosynthesis and respiration, creates this cycle that's very balanced and sustainable because we use the exact number of reactants through photosynthesis to produce the exact number of reactants to undergo respiration. And you can see how if you have this exact number, then there's no waste being put into the environment. It's very balanced and sustainable. But if we were to use the oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water from the combustion of octane undergoing photosynthesis and respiration, it upset that balance because here there's a greater amount of oxygen to start with. So you can see how there will be a higher rate of photosynthesis and a low rate of respiration. And in the long run, there will be a buildup of carbon dioxide that have many negative effects on the environment that you can list in your answer, and a buildup of excess water. And also a limited resources of oxygen. So in your answer, you can list the number of following negative effects. So the combustion of octane will upset the balance of the present molecules of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water in the environment as it undergoes photosynthesis and respiration, and it will result in a limited amount of oxygen and a buildup of carbon dioxide and a buildup of water. And that is our final answer for the question.